Dr. Quinn.
Yeah.
Okay. As you wish.
Oh, man, it's cold out here, Ben. How you doing?
As you wish.
As you wish. As I wish. What do I wish for?
As you wish.
As you wish. As you wish.
As you wish.
As you wish.
Alright, where
So,
I'm going with that.
I don't
It's
know.
a line from a movie.
As you wish.
As you wish.
Oh,
A movie I watched a lot when I was a kid.
trying to remember what the movie is.
It's a romantic one. I figured it's Valentine's Day today. So
Good point. Happy Valentine's Day to you. Happy Valentine's to everyone.
And you know what else it is today?
What?
It's my mum's birthday.
Oh,
happy
to
birthday,
your
Mum.
Happy birthday.
And hi, Craig's mum.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. Anyway, so wait, what is it from?
It's from a movie called The Princess Bride.
I thought it might have been. I've watched that movie so many times. I love that movie. It is a masterpiece.
It's like all he could say to her at the start, as you wish.
As you wish. God, yeah.
And it was only at the end, after he'd like kidnapped or saved her from the robbers, these three guys, that she like kicks him down this hill and he's rolling down the hill like, as you wish.
I wanted to say Princess Bride. I'm like, is it Princess Bride?
And she throws herself down the hill after and they tumble. It's rough. They're like, ah!
That movie is so good. And I recently watched something. Oh, the timer.
That was that time ago.
Yeah.
What did you recently
No,
watch?
interviews about how absolutely hilarious Billy Crystal was, and they would just let the cameras roll, and he would just go on improvising.
Yeah.
And some people had to go off the set because they couldn't stay because they couldn't stop laughing and making noise. He was so funny, especially
Billy Crystal.
Billy
Billy Crystal?
Billy Crystal.
He was so funny in like these,
Yeah, but
what were these city slicker ones or something where they would go out like and look for gold in the mountains or something.
oh yes.
All these things.
I
They were
yes,
great.
I can't remember what they're called, but
Isn't
yes,
it
I love
City
those
Slickers
too.
Or something?
City Slickers. That's what it was.
City Slickers. That was great.
City Slickers.
I mean, I really love those, and I thought Billy Crystal back in the day was really funny. We're going to really show our age with
Seriously,
this
but wait,
episode.
you know Billy Crystal was though in The Princess Bride. That whole scene when they have to bring him back to life. He's not dead. He's almost dead.
Yeah.
That was Billy Crystal, and they
Yeah.
said they just let the cameras roll, and he went on for
It was
hours.
so good.
And they just, I guess, they had a cut, you know.
Yeah.
That's
There were so
amazing.
many good quotes from that movie that just always still come. I don't even remember the guy's name, but there was the cool sword fighting guy. He's like, my name is Inigo Montoya.
Mandy Patinkin.
Don't give me actors' names.
Oh.
I'm talking about character names. But his
No, I
line
love
was like,
Mandy Patinkin.
my name
He's
is
awesome.
Inigo Montoya.
Yes.
Killed my father. Prepare to die.
Yes.
Or he's
Killed
like,
my father,
perchance you
prepare
don't
to
happen to
die."
have 6 fingers on your left hand. He's like, do you always start every conversation like this?
Let's make this episode about the Princess
was
Bride.
it Andre the Giant?
Andre the Giant was in it. Yeah.
And the other little dude who was like, inconceivable.
Inconceivable. Yeah.
I don't think that means what you think it means. So many good lines, so many good moments.
That movie is.
have to
I
watch
watched
it
that
again.
movie so many times.
I've tried to talk my wife into watching it with me,
she
and we
has
can't
to.
find. Yeah, I think she has to too, but we can't find it anywhere.
Really.
I know you've got a site, but
Yeah, I
I know
know.
we're not plugging any sites here.
Yeah, we're not
we can
plugging.
plug some YouTube channels. Benjamin
Benjamin
J.
Quayle.
Go
Yeah,
check
Benjamin
it
J.
out.
Quayle.
It's
Sorry.
we've been away for a while.
We have been.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I was sick for a week, and I was on holiday, so it's all my fault.
It's all right.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back and we're chatting away. And today we're chatting about movies.
Yeah, we are. Right now, the
Movies
Princess Bride.
from our childhood.
I can go on. Let's talk about the Princess Bride for the next.
Yeah,
It's a
I think
great
it
movie.
could be. I mean, we were talking about we're going to maybe start focusing on single episodes of shows,
Of shows. That
and
sounds
focus
fun
on
too.
them. And maybe you guys want to see that. If you do, comment, let us know.
for sure.
But anyway, back on track.
So, okay, we talked about the fact that we had a video game episode
We did.
where we talked about games that had an impact on us when we were young.
Mm-hmm.
And we thought, why not talk about films that had a big impact on us when we were young? So Princess Bride is one of these films
It's
for
one
you?
of these ones that sort of opened up the world of fantasy kind of to me.
Okay.
And that swashbuckling hero, that the revenge, the story of sort of revenge, the long waited out story of revenge, sort of Count of Monte Cristo style, another
Okay.
great movie.
Yeah.
But I'm not talking about the original. I don't know the original from back in the 40s or whenever. I'm talking about the one from the 90s, where I can't even remember the main actor's name,
was
but
in
his best friend, the one who betrayed him, was Guy Pearce, great actor. So it's from the 90s, the one I know and love, and actually the guy who trained him in prison, gave him all his skills to get his revenge and his wealth, was actor's name always evades me, but he played Hannibal Lecter in Silence of the Lambs and all that. You know the great actor I mean.
Oh my.
Clarice I mean,
yeah,
eat
okay,
the
no,
meat
the fava, no,
curries.
the fava bean with fava beans. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait,
that's
he's
it.
you know,
He's a great actor, massive.
Sir, oh gosh.
At
this
the end
must
of
be
the show,
frightening.
we'll either say it, or you guys just type it down in the comments so we don't.
No, it's wrong that we can't remember his
no,
name.
'cause Anthony Hopkins.
Anthony Hopkins.
Boom,
There we
it
go.
is.
Boom. Anthony
Yeah,
Hopkins.
Sir Anthony Hopkins.
Sir Anthony Hopkins.
The man.
So yeah, The Princess Bride was impactful for me too, but I was an older kid, so it didn't have. It was
Okay.
just a great movie, but
Yeah.
I was already came out in the 80s, and I think I was
Late
a
80s
teenager.
sometime.
Yeah, I was a
Yeah.
teenager when it came out,
Yeah.
so it was just an hilarious movie for me.
I
and
wouldn't have even been 10.
yeah, I know. So I was a teenager, and we watched it a lot because it's funny as hell.
Yeah. And it was this little kid from Wonder Years being told a story by his granddad.
The kid from
And he
the
kept
Wonder Years.
interrupting. He's like, kissing.
with Columbo.
That was the grandfather?
The
Columbo?
little Columbo. Now I can't remember his name.
No.
This is it's obvious we did not prepare for this episode.
We're just two old guys who can't remember Jack.
Early onset dementia, both of us.
Yeah.
What's his
We'll call
name?
him Columbo.
Columbo. The,
Yeah.
the actor who played Columbo should hopefully come to us before the end of this episode too.
Yeah.
So all
There
right.
are so many great lines. The dude is just like, inconceivable. He didn't fall. Inconceivable. Until the dude's like, you keep saying that word. I don't think it means what you think it means. So good. And the torture scene. I remember all this stuff of when he's dead and the water and all this. The Billy Crystal part.
Yeah,
as
that
you're
was
saying.
the Billy Crystal part is
So
brilliant.
good. Oh.
Billy Crystal part.
I need to see it. I
I've
need to
said
watch
this
it
so
again.
many times, even when I would say goodbye to my son when I bring him to school.
Yeah.
Have fun storming the castle.
right,
Have fun
right.
storming the castle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So cool. And again, like I said, it was this Wonder Years kid, and I don't mean Marilyn Manson, like last episode. No, I mean the other kid. And that's funny because he was an actor in
I don't
another
know his
movie.
name, though.
No, I don't know his
Yeah.
name either. I just call him Wonder Years kid.
Yeah.
I think I even remember like his girlfriend in the Wonder Years was Winnie or something. But
That I
the boy
can't
who
remember
became
either.
Marilyn
That-
Manson, don't even remember.
I didn't even. That is a piece of cultural history I didn't know about. That someone in the Wonder Years became Marilyn Manson.
His little best friend with the glasses, his
No
nerdy
idea.
friend,
I had no idea.
is Marilyn Manson.
This
The
is news
kid
to me.
Marilyn Manson.
This is news to me. Now I'm gonna have to look this up.
Google it.
Wow, I'll Google
Pretty
it.
cool news.
Wow.
So this kid though, the Wonder Years kid, not Marilyn Manson, he was in another movie from my childhood that I really loved. And it goes back to video games again and the Mario Brothers. It was called something like The Wizard from the late 80s. And these two kids run away from home, travel across America to enter a video game competition where they're playing Mario. It's the world's best Mario Brothers players. And it's him. He runs across the country and becomes like the best Mario Brothers player. It's called The Wizard.
The Wizard. Does it start off in some kind of shop or something? Oh God, I can't
Maybe I
remember.
can't remember.
I might have seen that, but once again, because I'm over 10 years older than you are, what for you was
would have
like
been looking at that like it's a
the
kid's
one-
movie.
Exactly. So the stuff
Where are the
that
chicks?
the
Yeah.
stuff.
I'm Motley Crue. Where are the panties?
Motley Crue. Those are my Motley Crue.
Yeah.
Heavy metal years.
No time
for
for
sure.
video games then.
I wanted to know about girls and throwing underwear on the stage. Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, those movies didn't have the impact on me. I might have seen some of them, but I was already,
Tell me one that hit you hard.
Well, look, because I grew up in the 70s. I grew up in the 70s and 80s, but Star Wars was enormous because it came out
So
in
that's one of these films that not many people liked. So you're one of the few.
one of the few.
One of the few that it impacted.
Yeah, not many. Yeah, this is really not an interesting list. It's pretty common. So, but I was like 7 when it came out. Maybe I saw it when I was 8.
Yeah.
But those moments, seeing technology done like that for the first time. You look at it now, obviously it's aged.
Yeah.
But special effects at that level in the 1970s, it just blew me away. And how excited I got,
Lasers
at the
and stuff.
end. Spoilers.
How did they do
Spoilers, he
lightsaber
destroys the
fights
Death Star. But that ending one, when Han Solo comes in, take it away, kid, and he's in. Did you say that exactly? And may the Force be with you.
Sounds like
And
something he
the moment when it goes right, and the cheering, it was
Harrison
amazing.
Ford, awesome.
Harrison Ford, and he
was
had
the
such a
best.
good sense
He
of
was-
humor
he was
in
made
those
for that.
days.
That was his
Yeah.
role. I think that was his role in life.
Absolutely.
He was Han Solo.
He was Han Solo.
What a
he's
cool
pretty.
name.
He's pretty good though. That's another movie though. He was pretty damn good in Indiana Jones too.
Okay, he's the two. He's Indiana
those two,
Jones and he's
he
Han
had
Solo.
so much charisma in those
and
movies.
he's the president. Sorry, he's the president of the USA on Air Force One. He's awesome.
Yeah, but I mean the charisma and the sense of humor in those two movies. He was at the top of his game.
He had to hold
there.
it down wearing a suit, being the president. He had to like keep it all in check.
I've never seen that.
What?
No, I don't
That's
think
a
so.
classic old movie. That's so good.
What is it?
Air Force One.
Air Force One. What year is that though? I've probably seen it
No,
though.
I think it's Harrison Ford in Air Force One. God no, I think it is. I don't know.
I'll have to Google that too.
it.
Yeah, I'll have to Google that too.
If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. Whichever actor was the lead of Air Force One, but I think it was Harrison Ford.
I have to add another thing to the Star Wars as well, though, because
Yeah,
those
go.
were, like I said, those moments where you just, as a little kid, you like get so excited that, yeah, you know. And we saw in the theater. I remember even Return of the Jedi, when at that point, I got another spoiler. You know, when Darth Vader finally realizes he wants to save his son, and that moment when the Emperor's is killing Luke Skywalker, and Darth Vader picks up the Emperor and tosses him away.
Yeah.
The theater was packed, and the whole theater cheered. It was, as a little kid, that was just
Awesome.
blown away at that moment.
I remember I won tickets to see Scream 2, the preview. I was a bit older, of course. Scream 2, it's not for little kids. But that's one of these times where I was in a cinema and Wes Craven, the director, was actually at the cinema.
No way.
It was like this, because I won tickets to come and see this opening in Australia. And he made a little speech before the movie.
Cool.
And the atmosphere in the cinema was amazing. Everyone's screaming and laughing through the whole thing. And it was the best cinema experience I've ever had, honestly.
I can imagine.
And I've
packed,
done
I'm
things
sure.
like movie marathons, so I sat there and watched, I think, all of the Lord of the Rings movies.
In a theater?
In a theater, in a proper cinema. Like, we had brought doonas in and everything, pillows in, and stayed there for however, 24 hours straight and watched
And
every
a bottle
episode.
to piss in.
Yeah, right, exactly, yeah. It was crazy, but that was the best movie experience I've ever
For
had.
sure.
But the movie wasn't the best for me.
No.
I mean, Scream 1 was classic.
It was funny.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Scream 1 was great.
Fun.
But then all the others were just cash grabs. But anyway.
Okay, others. I've got others for
Yeah,
sure. What
tell
about
me.
you?
I do too. I mean, I developed a love of motorcycles very young. And
Have you ever had a proper motorcycle?
yeah, of course, I've owned a whole bunch through my life. The first time I saw them though and fell in love with them was a movie. I don't even know if I know the name properly. It was called the Motocross Kid from the 80s again. And so I'm from Australia, and you guys probably know BMX Bandits or something. with
That I
Nicole
watched as a little
Kidman
kid with
and all
my
that.
brother a whole bunch of times
Yeah.
with the little Nicole Kidman.
So I think it was around the same time, or even just before BMX Bandits, that this movie I'm thinking of came out. We got time to talk about one more each, I think, but that's
Sure.
our alarm. Look, okay, it's got me now. I think I've just reset it, but anyway. This movie, it's bizarre, it's stupid, I think, because he just finds an old, muddy, dirty, broken motocross bike, cleans it up, fixes it up, and just like Herbie from Herbie Goes Bananas, this thing comes alive, and it has a personality.
It sounds like a masterpiece.
And yeah, right. And he's enters motocross competitions, and because he treated the bike so well and cleaned it up so nice, it runs really fast, and it wins all the races for him, and he just sits on the back of it. And he
It does all the
becomes
work
his
for him.
champion. Yeah, he becomes his champion.
I'm sorry.
And it's really like Herbie Goes Bananas, sort of like just this car alive. This motocross bike is
Definitely
alive.
not seen that
Bizarre.
movie.
The Motocross Kid. I
No,
think.
no,
Google
no,
it, guys.
This is definitely not a movie that had an impact on me.
No.
It just made me think of a movie from the 80s. It was a shit film, I'm sure, but
Yeah.
where some, motocross champion, right, somehow magically gets transported back into the time of cowboys and, Native Americans. I guess it was back then they said cowboys and Indians, but in this film, he has his motorcycle, and he gets into battles, and he's driving his motorcycle where the cowboys are shooting at him, and
So cool.
it's so good.
I remember-
But at one point though, his gas runs out, so that's kind of
that kind of sucks.
that kind of sucks.
I
yeah.
remember those cowboy ones where they're standing on their back shooting and
Yeah.
stuff. The Lone Ranger and
Lone
stuff.
Ranger.
You'd stand right up on the saddle.
Anyway,
Super cool.
time travel motocross was just ridiculous. Anyway,
I mean,
who knows what that
I
was?
want to mention now, things like Back to the Future. That really.
Oh my
was so
god,
great.
dude, we have to do 15 episodes because
I know.
I have a
we can
list.
talk about each movie once,
For sure.
but we're gonna have to
'Cause-
extend these
Yeah,
episodes.
because
They're gonna
Back
be longer
to the
than 10
Future were
minutes.
one of those ones that really blew you away as
Yeah.
kids. E.T.
Yeah.
I can't believe how that. I
I-
cried my eyes out when I saw that. Yeah, but
I
how old
watched
were
it-
you?
I was really little.
Yeah.
And I didn't like it so much, to be honest. I thought
I
it was
loved it.
cool, fine. It was a little bit scary for me, to be honest, at the time, I think.
Maybe at that age, there were a
Yeah.
couple moments that could have scared you.
Yeah, I think so. I always just remember there was this little baby girl, Drew Barrymore.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah, David Drew Barrymore was in it. But
Crazy.
that blew me away when I saw it. Another one that is on the list, but we don't have time to talk about it. Another one was a movie that you wouldn't expect that a 10-year-old kid would love. I think it came out in '79 or '80. Somewhere in Time, with Christopher Reeves and Jane Seymour. It was romantic.
Reeves, Superman. Are you
Yeah,
kidding me?
Superman. But I think it had something to do with the music by John Barry, and there was music by Rachmaninoff as well. And it was just, I don't know. It was a science fiction where a man traveled back into time.
Yeah.
We don't have time to talk about
we
it.
don't.
But
We'll just do a quick list off of one or two that maybe didn't affect us, didn't hit us or impact us so much, but people talked about lots from our time, like Never-Ending Story and things like that.
Great.
I mean, I thought they were okay. My mum was a bit trippy. I still also remember her making us watch things like Labyrinth with David Bowie.
with David
and his
Bowie and
packed
Jennifer
pants
Connelly.
and stuff. Like,
Jennifer Connelly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I was
these
still older at
movies-
that point,
These
'cause I was a
movies
teenager.
were, for me, I thought, no, this is not my thing. Even though I had already developed a love of like fantasy sort of things, Labyrinth and that wasn't for me.
Yeah.
And the puppets, this Jim Morrison puppets sort of
I don't
thing.
know if
going
I've ever
on in
seen
it.
the whole thing of Labyrinth. Never-ending
Yeah,
story
it's a
for
bit
sure.
creepy. It's a story of a baby. Which baby? The baby with the power. The power of the.
Maybe I did see the whole thing.
Yeah, I bet you saw it.
Yeah.
And forgive my David Bowie impersonation.
I thought it was brilliant.
It was great, wasn't
the
it?
best.
I just need to pack my front of my shorts up.
Sing
a bit
Major
and then I
Tom
can-
for us. Take us
This
out
is
with it.
ground control.
Okay, yeah, there are movies that were kind of crap too that I would watch over and over again because they were fun. Maybe they weren't masterpieces, for sure. I know there was a whole bunch of those as kids. That we had HBO pretty early back in the States, so there were movies that would
I
get
had
played over.
VHS.
I had that too.
Look,
We gotta go.
we're gonna have to finish.
Yeah,
Or do we have to?
yeah, I think we do probably.
As you wish.
As you wish.
As you wish.
As you wish. Let's roll down the hill.
Yeah, right.
There's a hill here. I'll push you down it.
All right.
All right, good. It was nice to see you again, Ben. Nice to see
We'll
you
be
again.
back again next
We'll be
week,
again next
so
week.
stay tuned.
All right.
Bye, Craig's.
Bye,
Bye,
everybody.
Craig's.
Bye, everybody. Cool.